What do we got? We got ourselves, Sea Bark on Team Red. Play more of that Feral with Kazoo in the back. Rose XL has not got to play yet. We got ourselves Trank X? Trank? I guess Trank. Versus Valor. How you doing, my man? How you doing, my dude? Something about riding a massive line with all those weapons in the back, like a throne of weapons. You looking like a Paladin of the Alliance with a banner. That's kind of dope. We got ourselves Claus Jr. on Team Blue with Mick. We also got Psych. We got Savaho. And we also got ourselves Suo. Look like Suo and Mick are a little bit confused of who's going first, who's going last. It looks like it is going to be Mika. Yo. Yeah, Suo. Go back, man. Unless you're the one next to him dueling. It's going to be a Mind Flay off of Rose XO in the opener. Getting a couple of Crucibles. Mick not even letting him get nearby. So Rose is probably going to play to the line of sight unless he can go for a bit of a pillar. Actually, he's going to get out in the open. Perfect time to get stunned out in the open. He's going to get stunned up. Chinkin maybe? Mick is just trying to get himself some resources to go into Void form right now. And Rose looking like he's going to peel her back for a little bit. Does get a Hodger to Mick. Actually, he's going to go for Wings right now. Why? You got him stunned up and ready to go. Mick is going to go for a bit of a greater fade right now into a Fear onto Rose. Stopping him from healing. Rose is going to get out of the stun. Void Trinket coming out from Mick. What is that? A Void Trinket. Is this COS? That trick is so weak, by the way. Oh my goodness. They nerfed that thing to the ground, didn't they? It did so very little absorb. And Mick has himself a little bit of Void Eruption. Does get a Warlock Hellstone. Shield is up. Needs to do some damage to Rose to really get some value going, but he didn't really get too many Void Bolts in. Needs to be spamming those Void Bolts immediately. Starting to make it. Check it out of it right now. Might want to go for a Hell Swap right here. Does swap it with Suo, and I wonder what Suo was doing out there. Yep, Suo, perfectly fine for you to reify yourself back up to full. It's going to be stunned onto Rose. He gets out of that stun. Did you human racial out of it? I think he did. Interrupt him. Mick on Shadow. Actually just bursting through that full health bar. Rose just bursting through that health bar like it's nothing. That's going to be a Destro Warlock coming out for Claus with a QS bolt right now. Trying to see if he can smack Rose around the corner. Flash of light coming out for the Paladin while he's got the Warlock kited around for a minute. He actually got him hit with a Succubus CC and a Horror Effect together. This is going to be down on one of the CC for a little bit. Cataclysm tried to happen. Actually, Rose juking out the Cataclysm at the last second. Is getting some flashlights, keeping Claus slowed around this pillar alone. This tiny little pillar, he just keeping him slow. Doesn't interrupt him on the shadow. Doesn't want to get killed by a Chaos Bolt. Does line aside it some more. He keeps landing the guy. He actually just keeps confusing him and landing the dude. Oh, Claus, my man. Demonic Gateway setting up for Claus as an escape in case things turn around. Because Rose XO is probably going to want to go for damage right after this. It's probably going to get him with a Horror Effect. Does hit him with a Horror with a Chaos Bolt to the face. Oh, I think he still smacks him there. At the very last second, I think he still got the hit, but he didn't do the most amount of damage. Needs to get a Fear or Horror Effect or something on the guy. Maybe Fear Spam would do it. Does have the Gateway. As soon as he sees Rose XO go for the minute-long wings, trying to turn the damage onto the pet, and almost kill. Actually, he does kill the pet. Right as he gets Succubus CC in there. Succubus Seduction and Templars connected at the same time. So Claus having to resummon the pet all over again. Rose still has full wings if things ever really go bad. Using the minute-long wings is going to be good, but now it's going to be a minute until he can use those for a bit. Still using Crucibles on cooldown onto Claus, trying to use his own self-heals in order to keep himself afloat whenever he can. Might as well, right? Trying to see if he can mount up. That's going to be a Horror Effect to run in the other direction with the Fear to follow. He got wings up and running. That's going to be full real wings. Cataclysm to follow. Does not get the full Chaos Bolt. That's going to be short of Succubus CC. Does get a Hodger to Claus. This is a perfect opportunity for Rose to go offensively. Huge damage. Massive Tempest Verdicts coming out. Going to be Shadow Fury, and Claus is going to get a Chaos Bolt going at Rose. His house wall up and running. And going to be a gateway for a moment here. It is going to land a Fear. Short. No, actually, fully DR'd Fear. That's really unfortunate. Claus. Or maybe he just stopped the Fear midway. Because he's getting Fears now. No, not. Wait. That was a full Fear. That was a fresh Fear then. That was a fresh Fear then. Okay, so you have to wait a little GR. That's going to be stunned into Claus. And I think Rose has enough to finish him off. And does connect the damage. Down goes the Warlock. Gave it a good shot. And Rose XO is almost at half his health. Does get himself quite a big kill at 3 minutes, 4 minutes into this duel. No dampening quite yet. He's getting quite a value of that heal. Psych is on him like, I don't even know what. It's on him Like, oh wait, Mick, is he back? No, Mick is down. Okay, cool. Those still left. Okay, it confuses me every time people leave because now Psych was 3, now he's a 2. Now Suo is 4, not a 5. You want to press 1, nothing happens. Stun onto Psych, trying to see if he can actually force out a cooldown out of Psych. Trying to see if he can force a trinket out of him. No wings for Rose XO. The Psych does not pop in anything. Gonna be human racial for Rose right now. Does Rose run human trinket and a normal trinket, or is he relentless? Someone tells me he's relent. Next in prison, I'll be able to tell for sure. Next full stun, I'll be able to tell for sure. Just how long the stun is. Big wings coming out, and Psych might want to bail out of there. Might want to get out of dodge right now. You know what? He actually gets super offensive with Rose XO. Instead, he gets a stun with a blur up and running, and that Underrot trinket procking him so off, and he basically healed up to full with that Underrot almost alone. Also has a Warlock house stun if things ever really go too bad. And that's going to be shortest stun in the world. Rose XO got himself Shield of Vengeance. Psych landing at least one fell lance at Rose, and Rose looking to get that shield to pop right on top of him right now. That's why Psych is not even using fell lance at that point. He's like, yo, no, I see what you're doing. Not gonna happen. It does look like he's running Relentless as his talent of choice instead of the normal Gladiator's trinket. He's using human racial every 3 minutes to get out of stuns, and the rest is Relentless. Bubble and Bob for Rose as well. And Psych is having a hard time catching up to Rose. That Paladin slow is huge against Demon Hunters, man. You got all the mobility as a DH, but as soon as you get slowed, it's super tough, dude. As long as if you're not able to use your mobility properly, not able to use it at the right time, if you're kind of wasting your mobility just to get around the place, it's going to be the toughest time ever. Plus, these pillars are a little bit wonky, one side being longer, one side being shorter. It's hard for Psych to really get anything value going. Rose is going to mat up out of there. No slows on him. Just trying to extend the game a little bit longer until he can get some cooldowns up and running. Psych sitting around without a trinket, though, so it's going to be quite huge for Rose, and he's again still just trying to bail out of there, trying to waste the guy's time, I guess, or maybe trying to get him to use all his mobility to catch up to the guy. I don't even know what he's doing right now, actually. Maybe he's just trying to wait for wings the whole time. Maybe. So Psych now better be on defensive. He does have darkness, and if he can pre-darkness a huge amount of damage out of Rose, he'll be in a good spot. Maybe if he can fly up in the air as he gets wings out of Rose, he might be in a decent spot. Waiting for his trinket very, very soon. Rose getting hit with an imprison. Could be opportunity. Hodge onto Psych right now. Is that going to be Rose popping in cooldowns? No. He's actually going for a more very sustaining build right now. Just double Crucible into Psych. And Psych is given an opportunity to actually get himself a full reset here. Rose landing himself Shield of Vengeance. This is where Psych is going to peel away for damage a little bit. He's going to fly up in the air. While he still has Metamorphosis, those Fell Lances are actually giving him back health every time he gets one of those. If you pop Meta or get I-Beam and then fly up in the air, you still have a buff for that Metamorphosis. Because when you're up in the air, you actually are not technically meta. You're flying, you got wings, but you don't have the benefits of meta like that leech. That was quite a huge amount of heal for him for a moment. Rose needs to wait for a next stun. Gonna be a trinket available for Psych. If anything, this is an opportunity for Psych to get some offensive pressure onto Rose. Does get a Hodge, trinkets out of it. Rose is gonna wait for another Hodge right now. Could actually turn the damage around still onto Psych. No blur available for the Demon Hunter. But Rose decided to go for a little bit more of a sustained game, just trying to get all the mobility out of the DH while he's got it. Just trying to stay ahead of the boy as best as possible. He's actually going to reposition himself completely. Got wings up and running. Execution sentence. Psych needs to be playing defensive. Using Crucible. Darkness coming down. Rose still was able to clap on quite a bit of damage through the darkness. Psych having to go for Warlock Hellstorm right now. I-Beam to fall, getting interrupted. Darkness coming down. If Rose can land a stun on the guy, this could be over. Psych has a little bit of damage ready here. That's a lot of leech. Can catch up on a lot of health right now. Hodge coming down and does get a judgment at the very end to not letting Rose celebrate that victory, though. 8 minutes in, dampening is at about 19-20% almost, and Suo better start getting aggressive as early as possible. Got a Fist of Fury onto Rose, trying to keep him slowed as best as possible. Rose got middle-long wings running, and Suo is just going to get himself a couple of verifies. Rose getting hit with a disarm as he tries to go for a little bit of an execution sentence from a distance. Suo actually using dampen magic for a second. I don't know if he's really able to reverse anything back to Rose right now with that, but I guess he does reduce how much magic damage takes for a little bit, since Holy Paladins do have that holy damage. Hodge onto Suo. He trinkets out of it immediately. Still has karma if things ever go bad. Rose getting low in health, trying to see if he can hold on to the bubble or Bob. Might have to use it here. Under trinket procking, doesn't have safety trinket here, or really just relying on this underrod pressure. Does get a shield of endurance at the late time, and Suo might have the karma here. Does not have a trinket of his own. Might have to wall this early before a Hodge comes out, boarding away from Rose. He's trying to stay mobile. Next Hodge could be the end game winner into a Crucible right by Rose. Karma for Suo, Bob by Rose. Might want to get a wall up and running. He's trying to use mobility to get away from Rose. Might want to wall this up. Does get a wall rolling at the very last second. Rose goes for a massive flashlight heal. Now Rose is actually down with forbearance for a second. Suo has a nice touch of death. He could honestly end the game right here. And no Hodge available for Rose for a little bit. Nope. Never mind, it is. Wings up for Rose. Is that enough time without Hodge? Taking out Suo so close. Suo does end up getting taken out by Rose. And last man left to save a hoe. Savaho? Save a hoe? I like save a hoe. Actually, this is Savo. Hey. Savo. Hey. I like your mount, by the way. I don't see a lot of people with that thing. But Rose with 4 people down. Will Savo Hey be the guy that takes him down? Unholy Death Knight. Rose has a trinket. Rachel most likely by now. Has Shield of Menace coming up very soon. And Bubble. That's all he needs here to take down the DK. Confusing those two sometimes. 10 minutes in, 30% dampening though. Gonna make it harder for Rose to get some healing. Good thing he's rolling that underrod trinket for a little bit extra sustain against the DK. And Sev is actually taking a little bit of damage in the open. A Hodge coming out. So he's waiting for the Paladin Lichborn to follow. He needs to get massive heals. Bubble coming out, so Rose doesn't even give him any opportunity to transmission. Trying to heal. That's going to be a death pack right now. He's actually secured himself a win right here. Rose, unless he can get a death strike right now. That Bubble used offensively, so the DK can't even get a heal. They want to end that game right then and there. Oh my god, big ol' 5-0. What is that, dude? What? That's so cheesy. He just bubbles so the guy can't heal off of him. That's cheese. That's a provolone cheese, dude. That's provolone. What is that?